mean by hypnosis? If you look on the board, you'll see 3 initials. Who can tell me what those 3 initials stand for? That's the definition of hypnosis. R-I-C. What do you think the R stands for in the I and the C? Anybody? Don't be afraid. I mean, this is the way you'll learn. Let's take the C first. If you don't do the C, nothing's going to happen. You won't be in a trance. Exactly. Thank you. Tell them. Concentration. Right. You must concentrate. And what's the R if you're not? Exactly. Right. We'll do pantomime. And the I? Involved? Well, you have to be involved, and it has to be internal. I hear those words. But a better word, if you can't imagine, then you're in trouble. Imagination. All right? Relaxation, imagination, and concentration. The person that can't concentrate, like somebody who's retarded, somebody who's schizophrenic, somebody who's malingering, somebody who's fooling around, etc., somebody who's exhausted, sick, they won't be able to be in a trance. We have different grades, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which I'll present. Not everybody is hypnotizable to the same degree. In the old days, they used to think that women were more susceptible to hypnosis than men. That's not true. They used to think people that were less intelligent were more susceptible. That's not true. You don't have to be weird to be a hypnotist. I don't think I'm weird, but you don't have to be charismatic. Some people have strobe lights, and they have flashing things, and look into my eyes, and a watch like you see on Bela Lugosi movies. The whole idea of any of that is to pay attention and to concentrate. Now, the thing is also, how does the stage hypnotist or the medical hypnotist pick his subjects? How do I pick my subjects? In this case, I asked people if they wanted to volunteer. A man who came late, well, he didn't come late, who came at the end of when we started, he said, well, volunteer for what? Well, of course, volunteer for what? Volunteer to be hypnotized. But I'm not going to hypnotize you to do well on your studies or to win the lottery, like I said before, or get a free trip to Venezuela, wherever you want to go. I wish I could do all that. What I will do is categorize your grade of hypnotizability. It's like a blood test. If the doctor takes a drop of blood, he can tell if you're type AB, type 0, type A, type B, whatever. And just from a simple test that I'm going to do, come on in, you'll know what category you are. You'll know if you're a 0, a 1, a 2, or a 5 even. And if you're a 0, that doesn't mean you should go out and, you know, jump off the bridge. No, it only means that that person cannot concentrate as well as the higher person. And what's interesting about this, I always found it interesting, is that these characteristics are innate. I'm trying to use words that will help you in your science courses. You probably know them all already. This is usually given to doctors or lawyers or something like that. But anyway, innate means intrinsic. It means you're born with it. You see, so if you're born with a high degree of hypnotizability, of being able to relax, imagine, and concentrate, you're, by definition, then a higher grade over there than somebody lower. So don't feel bad if you have trouble concentrating. That's probably the way your mother and your father put their heads together and produced you. You see, so it's not so much our own trouble, it's genetics. Now, a low grade of hypnotizability can increase their probability of doing good things, and the high grade sometimes has to diminish it because it becomes too intense. The stage hypnotist, if I was doing a nightclub act or at your Boy Scout or Girl Scout camp or in the Catskills or Poconos, the Boy Scout or the entertainer type of man would call you up or ask you backstage, what would you like to drink? And, you know, he's not talking about alcoholic drinks, and you say, gee, I think I'll have a Coke. He'll say, no, you won't. I'm going to give you some Sprite, and maybe a hate Sprite. If you just agree to the Sprite and almost anything else he says, he starts to get in the ballpark and know that you're an easygoing kind of person, and maybe you're the one that he should use. Suppose he said to, you know, like the used car salesman, you want to buy a Lexus, he tries to sell you a Honda, you know, and before you know it, you don't know what you're really going to buy, and what happens? You might buy 2, and go home with 2. See, so there's different ways to test people. In the last class, the one at 10:30, there was a young man. I said one way that one of my teachers in medical school would find out who's trustworthy and stuff like that, he would ask the student one at a time to come up and stand on a desk which was higher than this, turn their back to him, and then fall into his arms. Now, how many people here would come up here, stand on the desk, and if I said, fall into my arms, I'll catch you, how many of you would do that for me? Okay. Thank you. And this young lady. In other words, if I asked you, seriously, believe me, I won't today, but if I asked you to come up here, turn your back to me, and then fall into my arms, would you do that? Sure. And he would too. He's pretty heavy. I'd really have to bone up to catch him. And we had a young man in the last class who was very much ready to do that. And what that obviously shows is that somebody isn't afraid that you're not going to be there and that you'll catch them. So we look for somebody that we can trust, or that trusts me, and somebody who's compliant and all that sort of thing. This I'll explain more in slides and in other things that I'm going to say. I never know if I should present this class first by the subjects, the volunteers, or if I should go through the academic things. Today I decided to start with the subjects. You'll see what I'm doing, and then I'll explain scientifically exactly what I did. Now, the word scientific being used there means only that I do it always the same way, over and over and over again. And you know that from your classes, what science means. There has to be a sort of a checking of what you've done. Somebody in California has to do it the same way, and it has to jive with what we're doing here. If not, it just becomes poetry. And some hypnotists are so charismatic, you follow them around for 2 years and you learn nothing. You see, that's not a science. But we're using the same techniques, except I'll tell you everything that I'm doing. We look for the white when we look up, okay? The higher the white, the higher the score. Then we have an eye roll. We say, as you're looking up with your eyes, roll your eyes back. That happens when you die, God forbid, or when you faint or feign in Tennessee Williams' plays and things. And then the white stays where it was, basically, or you show even more. This is the highest grade. Here's what Chris looked like, and someone else will show more white and a lot of white when they do the eye roll. Okay, show the next one. This only happens in under 10% of people. When they roll their eyes back, they go to the middle, and you see even more white. This person is the highest of the high because they show more white, more sclera. Now you'll say, how do we know that? Because Herbert Spiegel, who's a professor in New York at Columbia, he looked at 500,000 people and he made a science out of it. He put it under a bell-shaped curve because he had a big sample, and you know from science, things under a bell-shaped curve, you have 5% here, 20 or so percent there, you have the median, the mode and all that, and then you have a little percent up here. And that's how he distributed it. Okay, show the next one. You see, you don't actually have to come up there with a ruler to the patient, but this is a clinical study. You can do this in the hallway, you can do this in your office, and it depends on the white of the eye. Your hands there, that's right, and put yourself back in again. Roll your eyes back, close your lids. Good, take a big breath, and drop everything. Now, I'm going to touch your hands, don't be startled, and I'll hold them tightly. And in a second, I'm going to release my hand, but you will keep your hands together no matter what. If I offer you something, you will not take it for the moment, no matter what. You'll refuse. You'll find some excuse. You won't take anything from me. You'll just keep your hands that way until I touch your right elbow. And then you'll be able to take whatever you want, and that'll be the end of it. Yeah, right, $100 or something maybe. Susan, where did you go? Open your eyes. Where do you go off to when you go off?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Do you imagine some place at the beach or some?
No, just like the sky at night.
Mm-hmm. Have you done this before on your own, going into a state like this?
When you go to sleep, yeah.
When you go to sleep. Where is that thing? Yes, look. Would you like to see what it says on here? I couldn't believe this thing. Would you like to have that?
No, that's okay.
It's okay. How about a picture of the eyes here? We got all kinds of pictures. Would you like to look at this?
No, that's all right.
No. Can't give you anything. I know what gets her all the time. No, wait. I've lost more money this way. I don't think I have that big one. I think my wife took that 50. Yeah, well, $5. Yeah, but
No, that's okay. You can keep your money.
that doesn't look good. But now, are you going to go home on the bus like this?
No.
Listen to me. Is she going on the bus like this?
I hope not.
Well, what is it going to take to get your hands apart?
Didn't you
No, please. I know you know.
Didn't you tell me you had to hit my elbow?
Excuse
You
me?
had to hit my elbow?
Hit your elbow. Where am I going to hit it with there? You sure I said that or not? Would you swear that I said that?
Yeah.
You swear? Oh my goodness. I have to hit your elbow.
Yeah.
Which one?
My right one?
Suppose I hit this one. Look.
Ask her if she wants money.
I won't. Okay, so if I touch your elbow, she can open them. Okay, let's do one more thing and then we'll let you go. Okay? One more. This time we'll do something with numbers.
Numbers?
Okay, we're going to do one more thing with numbers. Now, let's go. Look up with your eyes. Now watch your eyes. Roll them back. Roll them back and close your lids. Take a big breath. And drop your breath and drop your eyes. And just get a feeling of sinking right down into the floor. Sinking into nothingness. And you let one or your other arms go up just as a signal that you're going into this state. Either right arm or left arm, whichever you want. Just let it float up. That's right. You can put it on the table or you can just let it go up. Be quiet. Let it go up. I'll touch it. See? Just let it go. As though she was an actress on Broadway. See? Now this is the trance. This means that for this time, right now, she's concentrating as much as she can. Maybe tomorrow she can concentrate a little bit more or a little less, but she's in a trance now. Trance is just a state of concentration. She's not asleep. She's not under my control. She's just focusing. But I want you to listen to something about numbers. I know you're good in arithmetic and math up to a point like most of us are, but the number 7, I do not want you to say the number 7. Now listen to me, when we talk about numbers, when your eyes are open, do not say number 7. Just remember that, and later when I touch your right elbow, then you will be able to say 7 as you always did. 3, get ready. 2, look up again with your eyes, and 1, open your eyes and focus. Okay, now Susan, when you graduate, what do you think you're going to do?
Become a doctor?
I'll become a doctor? My God. Are you saving your money?
I think so, yeah.
Uh-huh. And what kind of doctor would you like to be?
Not sure yet.
You're not sure yet. What's one of your favorite subjects in school?
Science.
Science. Uh-huh. Are you good in mathematics and things of that sort? Mm-hmm. Are you? Do a favor for me. Count back from 13 to 3 very slowly and loudly.
13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3.
He could have done that too. But you can't be a doctor. How about this? Count up from 2 to 9 slowly. 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9.
All right, now quiet please. How much is 2 and 2?
4,
How much is 4 and 4?
8,
How much is 8 and 3?
11.
How much is 8 minus 1?
1 more than 6.
Do you gamble? What do they say in Las Vegas? What do they say? Something comes 11. You know, where they have these stores here in town, you know, the something 11. What store is that? Who knows what store that is, right? Okay. Okay. Now, my goodness, now she's getting all, now her hands are really perspiring, and this one's okay. Fine. Now, look, you want to be a doctor. Now, if you want to be a doctor, you have to remember all the numbers. Now, let's hear you count again from 3 up to 11.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and sit down. Now. Roll them back. Roll them back and close your lids. Okay. Take a big breath. And drop your breath. Drop your eyes. That's it, Eric. And just forget everything. Forget me, and just float off. Just go wherever you want to. This is what will make him a good student, a good athlete, a good person when he concentrates. And you're getting a feeling of sinking down through the floor, and that should be welcome and pleasant. And just relax your back and your legs and everything, and don't think of anything. Think of something pleasant. And then I won't be home to touch your hand. So you touch your hand, or just imagine that somebody touched it. You don't have to touch it, and let your arm float up. That's just a signal that you're going up and you're going down all at the same time, so your mind says, oh, I'm just going to go into neutral, and we'll follow it that way. Now, this is the trance. It just means, excuse me, that for this time, right now, he's as relaxed as he possibly can be. Maybe tomorrow he'll be more relaxed or whatever, but this is exactly where you have to go when you take an exam. And believe me, I've taken enough. This is exactly where you have to be when you're on the basketball court, or the baseball field, or whatever. You relax as much as you can. You imagine you're going to throw the ball right there, as Julius Erving will tell you, or Joe Montana, and it goes right in there. If you're a musician, this is exactly what you're trying to do, to play your guitar or whatever instrument you're trying to do. You see? So he's relaxing, imagining, and concentrating. I want you to listen to what I'm going to say. Just for the sake of the demonstration, we want you possibly just to recite, Mary had a little lamb. And all it is Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. But maybe when you say a couple of lines, you'll just leave out the lamb. You'll say, Mary had a, whatever you want to say, just don't say the lamb. Not that I have anything against lambs, but just for the sake of this experiment, which shows us that we can do positive things if we suggest them, or we can make up our minds to do a negative thing if we want to, if we suggest it. So now he's following what I'm saying, just for the sake of this experiment. In about a minute or so after you've done that, and we've listened to you do that, and Mary had a little you-know-what, I'll touch your hat, and then that'll be the end of the whole thing, and you'll always be able to say it. And you'll be in command then for whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. So now, 3, get ready, 2, look up again with your eyes, and 1, open your eyes and focus. Now, if you're doing this at home, you know, I once had a man who was very matter-of-fact, and he slept like this all night to be in a relaxed position. Don't do that. See, you can let your arm go back down, and he can be relaxed. Now, suppose he wanted to get in this state to take an exam. He could take a minute to do that. Then he just writes like crazy, hopefully, and you kill the exam. You just trash it, so to speak, or whatever you want to say. Now, listen. Can you remember she did number 7?
Yeah.
If you counted, would you say?
Yeah, I would.
All right. If I asked you to sing a little bit or to recite, Mary, could you recite? You know that thing from when you were a boy. Mary had a something and all that sort of stuff. Could you say that? Mary had a.
Mary had a little.
Yeah. Mary had a little, right? What did she have a little of? This is getting bad now, you guys. You know what happens to doctors? I'm a doctor, malpractice, all that money we pay. Well, I didn't do a thing. Now, Mary had a what? Again, you do the whole thing, please.
Mary had a little.
Mary had a little, listen to me, I'll sing it for you, then you do the best you can. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb, Mary had a little lamb. So listen, again, Mary had a little lamb, a little lamb, a little lamb, Mary had a little lamb. Now you say it, whatever you want.
Mary had a little.
All right, go ahead. Now wait, before. Wait. Listen, wait. What do I have to do before I send you back up there? I know. And you know what? He'll listen. He'll follow me to New York. I said when I now listen. You need a cutoff signal. What should I cut you off with? If he was wearing a hat, there's his hat. If this is his elbow, there's his elbow, right? And there's the pencil. Now, let me hear. Mary, now give me Mary again, please.
Mary had a little lamb.
Okay, go home. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Very good. Okay, now let me show you these slides now.